Today on the channel, we continue counting down the best and the worst of 2023. And in today's video, we're counting down my top 10 favorite WWE Mattel Ultimate figures of 2023.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Best of 2023 Countdown video. And in today's video, we got our eyes set right on the WWE Mattel Ultimates line. Of course, the top 10 for 2023, and a lot of top 10, top 5 year-end best of and worst of videos on this very YouTube channel. Make sure you do subscribe. You don't want to miss a video. And if you miss some, go back and check them out as we work our way to find out what the best figure of 2023 is on this very YouTube channel. So stay tuned as we unboxed a lot of stuff this year, and now's the time to celebrate all that stuff and look a little bit into 2024. But today, we got Mattel WWE Ultimates in the crosshairs. We're taking a peek at the best of the best, the top 10 that I found in 2023. And truly a changing of the guard year this year for 2023 with the WWE Ultimates line. As, let's say, 2021, 2022, the line truly felt extra special. Dare I say it felt ultimate. And this year, a little bit of shine came off of the Ultimates, in my personal opinion, as you had Walmart exclusives, Amazon exclusives, Target exclusives, Ringside Collectible exclusives, the regular line Mattel Creations Ultimates. You had the pre-order Logan Paul, Cody Rhodes. It really felt like they got a little bit too out there. And then I mentioned the regular line going from 2 figures to 3 figures. A little bit of the special feeling of the Ultimates has worn off. And I really felt that with Bobby Lashley of all figures, which I love Bobby Lashley. One of my favorite current day performers in the WWE. It just didn't feel like an iconic Bobby Lashley. It just felt like a regular SmackDown Bobby Lashley in the Ultimate form. It just didn't feel ultimate. And I think the Ultimate line could lose its way. I've heard from many collectors that are all out in being a completist on that line. Me personally, I have the angel and the devil on my shoulder. I have to make a decision fairly soon here. Am I going to continue to be a mint on card and loose collector of this entire line? It really felt like a good idea at the time, but now that there's getting so many figures here, it's really out of control. I really wish they would dial back the Ultimates, make them feel a little bit more ultimate in 2024, but at the end of the day, we always got to remember, we got to slap that business cap on. We got to know that it is a business, and if they're moving units, they're getting sales, guess what? They're going to expand it. There's always that tipping point, though, where you can turn off a fan base. So I personally feel the Ultimate line is really toeing the water right there. We'll see what happens in 2024, but this video is about 2023, and as always, make sure you get your list together, put it in the comments down below. Put them in order, that's the hard part, that is the fun part. And remember, this is my list, so it can't be wrong. All you people out there saying your list is wrong, it can't be, it's my list. But your list, like I said, can be down in the comments down below. So without further ado, let's kick it off at number 10. We kick it off at number 10 with possibly the most controversial Ultimate Edition figure of all time, as this one was almost a year-long pre-order, if we remember correctly here. And it did go up for pre-order on Mattel Creations and finally did deliver here in 2023. A very good figure. I would say it's not absolutely a great figure, but I love the packaging design. I love the risks they took. And I guess without further ado, let's get it out of here. It is the Cody Rhodes Mattel Creations made to order Ultimate Edition. Now, I understand a lot of people do not like this one, but I like that Mattel took chances with this. Obviously, there was a Supreme Cody on the shelves still in some stores, as we do know. That was a little bit different, had the hard goods, a little different take on this version of Cody Rhodes. I like that they went soft goods here. Was it the best? Absolutely not, but it leaves things to be desired, but constant learning, constant improvement. But this was special. Special packaging design for the first time really in the Ultimate line. Cody, a huge superstar, as we do know, good friend of the channel, Cody Rhodes. It needed to be out there. It made this one feel special. It felt like a big, big deal, and it was a big deal, as this one was selling for a lot of money on the aftermarket. Not sure what current value is here. However, talked about a little bit of the bloom off the rose. We do expect a Cody Rhodes Ultimate in 2024, so could knock this one down a notch or two, but I like what they did here. I like the return to form for Cody Rhodes. A lot of Cody Rhodes figures, as we do know, in 2023, and I assume that continues on to 2024, but just a fun figure with everything and all the hoopla around it. I'm putting this Cody Rhodes at number 10. We've hit the number 9 spot in the top 10 countdown. And number 9, we take a trip to Walmart. Park way in the back. Be careful of door dings with your car. But we go to Walmart for their brand new Ruthless Aggression Ultimate line here in 2023. And we go to one of my favorite performers, especially of my high school years. We're talking about Mr. Monday Night. We're talking about RVD, the Ultimate Walmart exclusive. Just awesome to get RVD in the Ultimate form. Bring me more ECW legends. Bring me more first time in the line Ultimates of classic superstars like RVD. I'm definitely here for this, but you got all the bells and whistles with him. You were missing the ECW title belt. Obviously, that did come with Terry Funk, though, if you want to put that with that for whatever reason. But a very fun RVD here in the Ultimate line. One of my favorite performers of all time. Just happy to see him get his due. Happy to see him in the Ultimate line. And he worked with the Ruthless Aggression line, of course, when he beat John Cena. We'll never forget that one. But just a very, very good figure. Love the head sculpts. Love the posability. Just love RVD, and that's why he's coming in at number 9 in the top 10 list. We're feeling great, kinda, at number 8. And somebody in the YouTube comments the other day mentioned this one, and they said this was the most disappointing must-have figure of 2023, as this was a must-have for a lot of people, myself included. It has grown on me over time since the review. It's still not perfect. It's far from perfect, but it is pretty cool to have this character back in the Mattel family, I guess we'll call it, and I do look forward to more figures of this guy in 2024. And who are we talking about? Well, coming in at number 8, Kurt Angle Ultimate Edition. Now, it's far from perfect. It does give us a little bit of Titantron Live Jax vibes, but of course, with the Ultimate Editions, you get 3 different heads going on. You got the medals, you got the title belt, you got a classic Kurt Angle looking figure here. Now, it is missing a few things they maybe could have added there. I know some people said, why didn't we get the bald head? Well, it's not a complete Kurt Angle. It's a moment in time Kurt Angle, so we have to remember that. I do truly believe we will get an Ultimate of Kurt Angle Wrestling Machine version later on down the road. It just writes itself, of course, at this point. Like I said, I hope we get more Kurt Angle Elites, things like that, in 2024. But for what this is it perfect? No. But is it fun? Does it feel almost like a first time in the line? And I guess in the Ultimate line, it truly is. It's a special figure. It's a cool figure. Yes, it has some challenges. Would have been a lot higher on my list if it was better than it was, obviously. But I still like what this represents. I still like this figure. It has grown on me, like I did say, and that's why Kurt Angle, the Ultimate Edition, comes in at number 8. Next up, we're the number 7 selection, and I talked at the top of this video about the bloom coming off the rose a little bit on the Ultimate Editions. This figure was one of those examples of that in 2023, as I believe this one was the first time in the regular Ultimates line that we got a chase and regular version. We're going to see more of that in 2024. Yokozuna comes to mind, the Target exclusive. Not a big fan of that in the Ultimate Edition line, but it is what it is. It's a business at the end of the day. But this one, we did get a chase version and a regular version. And the regular version coming in at number 7 here. Say hello to the bad guy. Say hello to Razor Ramon regular edition here. Very cool to get an Ultimate Razor. We're all here for all more Scott Hall figures, be it NWO era. Give me big Scott Hall back in the day. We'll take whatever we can get. Always a good figure at the end of the day. I put this one above, of course, the Chase version. The Chase was kind of a redo of the defining moments, so it didn't feel quite as special. This one, though, felt a lot like the Hasbro one of yesteryear, a favorite of mine in my childhood, so I was happy to get this in the Ultimate form. Love the hands. That's one thing the hands bring to the Elite and Ultimate line, is it changes expressions. It makes the figure feel different with just a different hand gesture, and we do get that with this Razor Ramon. 3 great heads on this, Intercontinental title, the vest. A lot to like about this Razor Ramon. Even though I didn't like getting a Chase version, I had to pick that up as well. Just a fun figure here in 2023, and Razor Ramon coming in hot at number 7. We continue working our way through the countdown, and we've hit the number 6 spot. And the number 6 selection, a giant of a man, a giant Ultimate, and a fun Ultimate in a year of a lot of Ultimates from different company of this guy, character, whatever you want to call him. Who are we talking about? We're talking about Andre the Giant Ultimate Edition. Now, we did get multiples of these from Super 7, as we do remember, and we will have him in a countdown as well along the way, so stay tuned for that. But Andre, a guy that we, I guess, needed an Ultimate, and they really gave us everything we could want out of this era, the black strap Ultimate Andre the Giant. They gave us the deluxe title belt. We got a soft good shirt, which was a nice deep cut. Me, personally, I used that on a basic Andre to spice that one up a little bit. Tons of heads with this Andre the Giant. And then, like I said, with Razor Ramon, we get different hands to really make this one feel different, make it feel a little bit more special. Obviously, Andre the Giant, larger than life, one of the biggest wrestling stars of all time, needed to have an Ultimate Edition, and I think it's pretty cool we got this one right here. I fully do expect we'll get one in the Coliseum collection. I could see one with the big afro going on, the blue. I wouldn't be shocked if we didn't get an Ultimate Edition of the time him teaming with Haku, of course. We could see that in the future. But for most people, this is their Andre the Giant, I would say. This was the height of Andre notoriety, I would say, around WrestleMania 3 time frame. So a very good figure, a very good representation of Andre. Love the head sculpts, love all the accessories, love the figure. A great one here, coming in at number 6. We've hit the halfway point. You got your list together, put it in the comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to this very YouTube channel and my other YouTube channels. We got videos every single day. You guys know by now. But the number 5 selection, we get it in the car. We take a trip to Target. Oh, beautiful this time of year at Target. But Target had another exclusive this year, and who are we talking about? Well, we're talking about Bret Hitman Hart, all pink and black attack, looking good. I like this Bret Hart a lot more than maybe some do out there. Yes, it's not perfect in the head sculpt department, but man, it's close enough to be dangerous, and I've always loved this all pink attire here. And I did prophesize, like a young Nostradamus, that I felt we would get this ringside collectible Elite back in the day, a hard-to-find figure, a very valuable figure. I figured we would get that re-release somewhere along the line, and here it is in the Ultimate one. No shock there, but a very cool one, giving everybody a chance to get the all-pink Bret Hart that a lot of people missed out from ringside back in the day, getting it as a Target exclusive. A fun one, I get it, not perfect, but man, it looks good. All things considered, I think this is a very serviceable, a very good Bret Hitman Hart figure. Happy to have this in my collection. He's coming in at number 5. We're at the home stretch, the number 4 spot right here, and I have to imagine a lot of people have my number 4 selection, possibly at number 1 here in 2023. It is a modern performer. It's a guy from up the road from me. I can go over to his house. I'll just take a trip over there and see what's going on. It is going to a Harry Potter lover, a guy that loves a good Harry Potter book. Who are we talking about? Well, we're talking about Seth Rollins. A great Seth Rollins figure right here. Modern performer, a favorite of many, of course. But man, what brought this one to the proverbial next level was the soft goods coat here. This big robe coat, just absolutely amazing. You put those mystical, magical Randy Orton hands on him. Great head sculpts with this, a great body. Wish we had some real fur chest hair, but who's counting? Who's counting at the end of the day? Just an all-around great Seth Rollins, dare I say ultimate, and easily the best Seth Rollins figure of all time. As we're filming this video, you never know what might happen in 2024, but an amazing figure here. Just very, very good, and like I said, should be at the top of a lot of people's lists, I have to imagine. But Seth Rollins coming in at number 4 for me. We're down to the final 3, and the number 3 selection here is possibly, could be, I don't know, nobody's going to tell us, and Mattel's not going to tell us our numbers, but it easily could be the sleeper Ultimate figure of the year, and dare I say, could be the rarest Ultimate figure of all time. It's one I think a lot of people missed, and I know some people that collect the Ultimate line say, oh, I don't count this one, but you really have to at the end of the day. The packaging might be different, but the figure is truly Ultimate. What are we talking about? We're talking about Kane Ultimate Edition. Of course, this pairs perfectly with the Chase Paul Bearer from the Elite line that we got in 2023 as well, making this one feel a little bit extra special. But an amazing Kane, and we've had some great Kane Ultimates. Throw a cape on somebody, man, I'm here for that. That's what we got with that last Kane. But this one a little bit farther ahead than that last Kane, but an amazing figure here. And like I said, came with the Monday Night Raw ring, which I can't believe it. I have still not unboxed on the channel. I've had that thing for a year now. I need to get around to unboxing that, so we will do that hopefully in 2024. We know we got a Monday Nitro ring around the corner as well. Who's got room for all these rings? I certainly do not. But we'll have to open up that Eric Bischoff and put him in contention in 2024. But 2023 was about the Attitude Era ring, was about this Kane Ultimate. Like I said, a sleeper, a forgotten figure, and a very rare figure because not everybody had a chance to get this. Not everybody wanted the ring. Not everybody goes to Mattel Creations. So a very rare Ultimate, all things considered. So Kane coming in here at number 3. Down to the final 2, and that's where things get extra crazy. Sure, sounds good, right? But we're at the number 2 selection, and much like the number 10 selection, this one was a pre-order on Mattel Creations. Took about a year to get here, and when it arrived, we said, oh boy. And me personally, I don't know anything about this guy outside of Monday Night Raw and SmackDown and the pay-per-views he was a part of in 2023. Obviously, I know he does Prime Energy Drink, and I think he kind of boxes and tries to box. I don't know. I don't know a lot about this. This isn't my generation. My kids know all about this guy, but who is it? Well, it is Logan Paul, and this is one of those things where you can look past not being a fan of the performer, not really getting it, but to know a good figure when you see one. And first of all, he's representing Striper. Never knew Logan Paul, his generation, big Striper fans. Who knew? Who knew? Not my generation so much, but his, apparently. So shout out to all Striper fans out there. Shout out to Oz Fox. There you go. But Logan Paul looking amazing in the yellow and black attack right here. Some of the best head sculpts, period, that Mattel has ever given us is Logan Paul. I mean, it looks just like him. Absolutely amazing. When I was at the Mattel offices in March, April, what is time? What year is it for WrestleMania? I got to see some of the behind-the-scenes stuff of how they were making the Logan Paul figures, so that made it even extra cool there. We know we got more Logan Paul figures on the horizon. We got basics, elites, top picks, you name it. But his first figure is truly ultimate and easily one of the best ultimate figures of all time, not just for 2023, but for me, in 2023, Logan Paul Ultimate Edition coming in at number 2. We are at the top spot, the number 1 WWE Mattel Ultimate figure for 2023 in my list. Of course, this is my list. Put your list in the comments down below. And while you're here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, all that kind of fun stuff. And don't forget about the other YouTube channel. Subscribe to that one as well. Videos every single day, as you guys know by now. But the number 1 spot here, a bit controversial. One that's not for everybody. Not everybody wanted this in their collection. And for a lot of people, the Ultimate Editions jumped the shark at this moment. What are we talking about? Well, we're going to Amazon. We're going to the Undertaker Gobbledygooker 2-pack, and I was a figure so nice I had to buy it twice so I could display both head sculpts for this one here. I'll never forget, I think a good friend of the channel, David C. Anderson, and I were sitting in the airport. Maybe it was Arizona, and this went up for pre-order on Amazon, of course. It was San Diego Comic-Con weekend, I want to say it was. Just very, very cool. Of course, you got the big egg he gets to burst out of, which was really awesome as well. 2 different head sculpts depending on what era you want for the Gobbledygooker. But man, if you were around at the time, now a lot of people have a little bit of revisionist history, and maybe I do, I don't know, but I remember there was, oh yeah, it was going to be the egg, but I never thought it was going to be anything extra special. Maybe it was because I was a little kid, but I didn't think anything amazing was going to come out of this egg. I just remember even as a little kid saying, well, why would some big wrestling star, let's say it was Sting or something, came to the WWF, why would he come out of an egg? That doesn't make any sense. So I was never excited about it. It just kind of was what it was. And I remember just saying, oh, it's not a big deal. It's just some kind of campy thing they were doing here. And it's Thanksgiving and all that kind of stuff. It just kind of made sense with Thanksgiving. Didn't really change my life. I didn't get mad about it. It just was what it was. But I definitely remember him dancing, of course, with Mean Gene Okerlund back in the day. So it was definitely a part of my childhood, something I definitely remember, and definitely represents a generation. Of course, Undertaker debuting at that Survivor Series, as we do know. But just a fun piece of time here. A figure that maybe shouldn't have been made, but I'm glad it is. Obviously, like I said, controversial because not a lot of people want this. A lot of people weren't around for this. I can understand it. A perfect Amazon exclusive, and you pair it with that Undertaker from the debut. I think Mattel put their business hat on, made that a smart 2-pack there. Not sure if he would have sold even that well on his own, obviously, but I appreciate a deep cut. I appreciate something different. I appreciate getting the most out of your molds, but something like this, you're not going to get the most out of your molds. It's a one-and-done thing. Just very, very fun, very, very cool, and very, very different. And that's why it's number 1 here in 2023 for me. Just a very fun figure, and we don't need any more Gobbledygookers. It's all done. We don't need a basic. We don't need an elite, anything like that. it is what it is. Just a fun one-off kind of thing here, and I definitely appreciate things like this. So that's why it's number 1 in my list for 2023. But what about your list one last time? Put it in the comments down below. Don't forget to put them in order. That's the hard part. That is the fun part. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Don't forget about the Patreon for early access to videos like this. Bonus content, exclusive content, giveaways, Q&As, you name it. It's all going on over there at the old Patreon channel. Patreon, best way to support the channel and all the content it brings. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. Don't forget social media. SirPaul64 on the X. _Kyle_Peterson on Threads and on Instagram. So for the greatest Ultimate Editions of 2023, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.